Oh, hey guys. Okay, so, oh, this one's a bit of a doozy. A bit of a doozy. Mostly because of the dual melodies going on at certain parts. Especially the part way up high. It's really hard. Start out by tuning your low E string to a low D string. Got it. Okay, okay. The beginning is pretty straightforward. As far as pull-offs go, make sure you're pulling down and not outwards. You don't pull out, pull down. Okay? Here, I switch from a bar to fretting this note here. I guess you don't have to, but that's what I do. I think it's more comfortable. Oops. See what I'm doing here with the left hand? There, you can take the bar off. Okay. Now, the next part is when it kind of gets tricky. This little move here, you want to get the end of your slide, that note right there, you want that to be on the downbeat. And at the same time you reach that downbeat, you're going to play this note, okay, with your thumb. So that's something you're going to work on. It's hard to do slow, so do this over and over again. See that? Now, stress, you want this high melody to ring out as much as you can. So don't cut it off. So leave your pinky there. As far as the right hand goes in this part, because I mean the left hand is a little tricky, but there's nothing weird going on with it, so I don't think I need to say anything about it. Just do over here PMA, and then so you have the I left over. Everything but I, and then PIA, MI. Okay, and then again. Now we get here. This is tricky, so you'll want to work on the slow. I'll go over the right hand because I think it's kind of important. Okay, you got P for that one little lick. PMA. So you got the I, M, and then PIA. So you got that PIA, MI, PM, PI. Yeah, that's just something you're gonna have to drill really slow. The reason I fingered it like that with the right hand is so that you wouldn't have any double notes, because it does go by pretty quick. Okay, on to the next section. From here on out, until you get to this part way up here, it's pretty normal. It's not too hard. This part's not too crazy difficult. And also do a little staccato there. The way I'm doing that is by and then touching the note again with my index finger, which is convenient because I'm going to use my index finger to play the next note. And you wanna walk with these, and then I'm using PMA here, and then the index finger for that last note. Keep in mind, I am playing this note twice. Just make sure you play it louder the second time so it feels like it's part of the melody. Okay? I'll start this over. Oops. here, there's no easy way to transition from this to that. Okay? Just gotta work on it. Remember, when you're doing this bar... Shit. Let's go over the right hand, actually, of this. You use all your fingers. I... M... I. And then you're going to use P, M, A. And then you have your I left over. Okay? Your I left over there. And then again. Now, this is... I never really found out a good way to do this. I was maybe just being lazy. There's probably a way. So I'll go all fingers. And then I. And then do P and A. For this thing, I think it is important to use the pinky here. It's kind of an awkward move. It's something you're going to have to work on if you want to play this thing. And I am doing some doubles over here. And I just fixed it. Now I'm not. That's how I should have played the thing. But I didn't. Okay, this part up here is really hard. With both hands, but especially the left hand. This thing is a freaking monster, okay? So I'm going to go through it really slow. So. Right? That's just pretty easy. Good luck with this shit. What I found is to not shift your hand that far down. Okay? I kept on going too far down, and then I would get buzzes on the strings. Oops. I wish there was a... There's no trick to this. Just working on it really slow. M, I, and then I'm using everything but M. I'm messing up, hold on. Oops. Shit, guys. There it is. Sorry. Whenever you have fast notes, da 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 da, make sure you're switching off. I start with the middle. Then I do a double here. I use 2 indexes. But it doesn't matter because it's going by slow. And we get to here. Take advantage of this open string. And then, this is something I started doing right at the end. I think it sounds better. I'm muting with this finger on the high E string. Because a bum bum bo, that's the melody. I think it sounds better if you mute it. It's a really subtle move, but in a really tough move at first. But if you work on these things and you drill them over and over again, they get easy. I'm going to tell you what I do with this right hand because I feel like I'm doing it stupid. Main thing is though on these ones, I'm starting with P, M, and A. I'm going to go with this again. Take everything off. Once you get here, there, start moving these fingers into position. See that? I'm all ready. And then, as soon as I hit this, I bring these off. Didn't mute. Oops. Start moving them in position. Bam. Big jump here. Oh God. Okay. That was like. Don't be discouraged if that's like almost impossible for you to do. It's still almost impossible for me to do. I had to record that part over and over again. In the recording, it's not one take all the way through. It's the first section is a take, and then I think the second section is a take, and then when I got to this part, oh man, I had to break it all down because it was a bitch. I'm a lot better at it now, but man, it just sounded awful at first. Okay, now we're here. And do little mutes, okay? And use your right hand to do the mute. It sounds a little bit better than using your left hand because you get this. You get that little, hear that? There's a second where you're getting a buzz on the string. Versus. So. Doing something here. Hear the D ringing out there? What you want to avoid? What you want to avoid is this. So, sometimes it's going to be in your best interest to hold notes down, not with perfect technique, not coming straight into the guitar like this, not coming straight in, but coming on an angle so you mute the string that's ringing out underneath it. This is a good opportunity for that. I'm actually muting with this finger the D. I'm doing it quickly, so you don't get this. You don't want that. So, then again. Big jump. Now I'm not leaving the middle finger on the A string through the whole run of this because I'm trying to avoid squeaks. I'm actually kind of taking it off really quick. I don't know, man. I guess it's not that big of a deal. Now, when you come up here for this little harmonic part, you're going to use middle finger, artificial, middle finger, artificial. So you're going to have to find the octave of this note, okay? And the way you do these, in case you've never done them before, you take your index finger. You find, actually, it's most easy to practice, let's say, like on the 12th fret of the high E string, okay? So you take your index finger, put it on the 12th fret of the high E string, then behind it, you're going to take your, I use my third finger, I use my A finger, and then I just, once that gets comfortable, try taking the hand off right after you play the note. That way there's no flesh on the string, so it can ring out nicely. So you get to here. So I'm doing middle and then middle, just like that. And then the outro part, it's just the main part up an octave with a little change at the end. Remember, pull off, pull down. Pull the pinky downwards, downward toward the floor, almost going towards you, like towards your groin, into the neck and down, okay? Not out. Slide it down like that, okay? Get your middle finger ready to grab that. Again, you don't want to put notes down that you don't need yet, okay? So this finger doesn't matter until you actually have to play the note, okay? Oops. And then to get this, to make sure you get that nice and accurately, when you're playing the previous chord, try to get your pinky sort of in line with that string so you can slide right into it. So you're not moving down and randomly just smashing your fingers down. I'll show you what I mean. Here, okay, I'm looking at my pinky, I'm getting it right above the high E string so that when I get down here, I barely have to move. And I'm being lazy with this. And the reason I'm playing it like this instead of here, specifically mean this note, is because when I come back up, I don't want to have to move my index finger up to hit this note. Okay, because if I'm down here, I gotta move my finger up. There's more movement, you don't want to mess with that. So again, the full sequence. Easy. Just bar that, then bring it on down. Okay guys, that's a full walkthrough of the Clocktown. Good luck playing that thing, especially that part that's up high. You gotta get down into the frame. Especially the part that's up high, that part is really hard. So even now, it's really hard for me to play. So don't be discouraged if it's, you know, you can't do it. But try. It's amazing when you get in there and you start repeating stuff, how possible things become, even though they seem impossible in the beginning. That's how most of these arrangements go for me. I figure something out and I'm like, oh man, there's no way I can do that. That's way too tricky. And then, sure enough, you know, after working on it for a while, it starts to be easy. All right. Peace.